It's Kabbalah Guru. Welcome back to the channel. I have my friend Nirmala here is going to talk about sacred geometry. She also has a workshop coming up, but Nirmala is finding that there's a great shift going on the planet, and I thought that everyone would like to hear about it. So go at it. So let us know what's going on.
Right. Thank you, Guru. Thank you for inviting me into the show again. Yes, thanks, everyone. Now, the discussion that we started yesterday was more about the resonance, the things that's happening and flowing around Earth at the moment. We all know that we went through a Fibonacci sequence, like a whole reset with the Earth and humans together. And that reset has already been completed. So because of the reset completion, there's a lot of new things has been invited. So when I say it's a reset, it's like we are kind of now in the process of letting go of what we learned, and we are going into a new learning. We all are going into the new learning. So it's a new process that's in place. So when you are going into such a specific, beautiful, divine when you're going into this sort of a divine space, everything is going to change. It's no longer going to be the same. So I know that a lot of your audiences would be going through some sort of turbulence, or kind of things are no longer the same, even though people are waiting for everything to become the same or to go back to the known space. It's a bit of a challenge right now because we are all pushed into the unknown space. Okay, so because we are moving into the unknown space, we are kind of challenged to take the step that we have never taken before, if that makes sense. Yeah, so we are going through that process. Now, why I'm saying this is because in the last couple of months, as you're aware, I'm very much see geometry in everything, right? In humans and plants and everything, even in their waves and even the ocean. So there's a new resonance that I've been following, and I kind of I felt it in my emotions, and it kind of appeared in front of me, a new existence of energy that appeared in front of me just about a couple of months ago. And I've been in communication with this. I'm calling it as a new geometry because it's new for me, but it is kind of existing in a very higher dimension. So because of the shift, Earth has kind of raised this vibration. We are in a different dimension. We cannot hold on to the old anymore, right? So we all are kind of pushed. If we don't learn and we want to stay in the old, we are going to feel the discomfort in conscious level, whether it's going to be physical level, mental level, or spiritual level. We are going to feel it, right? We're going to have the feeling of what's happening around. So because of the shift, this new geometry is something that I've never ever. It's like it's like a divine calling, even the shape is something very new to me. The color, the vibration, the light within it, it's so powerful. And if we are already kind of seeing this and it's already in Earth, you can imagine, having such a powerful vibration now in existence that we have to kind of shift into this vibration now. So we all are kind of rising in vibration because Earth is now in that highest frequency. Right, so it's no longer 3D, 4D, or 5D, even though we are within the third dimensional density of our matter in conscious level. Our consciousness is no longer the same. It's like the magnetic field is reducing. So the power of the magnetic field is reducing. It's been happening for the 2,000 years. It's getting even more extensive now. So because that is happening, consciousness is rising. So whether humans like it or not, they're being now pulled or pushed into that space. And having this presence of this new geometry that I'm seeing, it's a lot of learning for me because I've been doing this as a child, and now seeing something new, I'm excited. I'm very excited about this new geometry because its vibration is all about love coming together. It's all about the source, all going to the light. And even within the duality, we are now going to go into the oneness together, accepting the presence of the duality as oneness. Yeah. So the conscious level is extremely going in a space that we couldn't even imagine. So I would really like to bring this information out there, because if anything, something is not happening in your life as how it used to be a pattern, or or a comfort space, and now you're kind of pushed, a bit of a pull or a push has happened to you. Just take a space, sit back, and try to come into terms what is exactly is happening. All right. So we all have to understand that. So don't get into the fear mode that nothing is the same anymore, because everybody's challenged. Everybody I'm talking about. There's no such thing as someone is powerful, they're not being challenged. They are the one who's going to extensively being challenged at this moment, because they are going to lose the control. The system is breaking down. So things are changing and shifting in a very different level. Yeah. I really wanted to bring this point, this information out, because when I'm talking about this beautiful geometry that's now in the presence with Earth, we got a lot of learning to do. Even for myself to stand in front of it, I'm completely dragged in that I can't communicate with it. For me, geometry is about communication. Even I'm struggling, because the minute I see this divine light, it just pulls me in. I go speechless. I just want to stay in there. I don't want to ask questions. I just want to resonate in that space. Yeah, it's that powerful, and it's within our existence now. So whatever intentions you have, or whatever clarity you have, or whatever visions you have about yourself, this is the time. We all are in a growth. We all are going into different vibration. We all are into a new learning. We are going to touch the possibilities of who we can become now. So everybody is going to come into this space and understand that. So I just want to make it clear, don't go into the fear, but go into step into the space of love, because it is in the present at the moment. So do you have any questions, Guru, in regards to that?
Yeah, in terms of manifestation, it's just a matter of just being clear about where we want to go, or is it more like we should surrender to the, like, do we even know where we're going? So do we just surrender to the flow of it, or do we put out a conscious intention? Well,
okay. Yeah, good question. So the conscious intention is definitely going to be there, because everyone has got this intention within themselves, even from in a physical body of consciousness, or vital consciousness, or the mental body of consciousness, or spiritual body of consciousness. We all have our different levels of consciousness, and within that conscious level, we have a very clear, intense intention that is also being fabricated, because we want to be in a free will. We want to be in abundance. We want to be in our solidified completeness. Yes. So in whatever the stages or whatever your thoughts are, think of it very clearly and make sure your intentions are very clear. And then allow this flow as if it's already happening, as if it is in the process of it. Yeah. Don't look, or don't kind of look for it in a very solid, because as I said, that because of the magnetic field is now reducing, we are not having that much of a grid like what we used to have previously. Things has changed. Yeah. You have a clear intention, you let it out there, and then you allow the process as if it is already happening. It is happening. It will happen. Right? So the minute you doubt, you're taking 10 steps back. So what I'm saying is that you allow the intentions to flow and allow it to happen. And the patterned behavior would be changing. So don't fight it. All right. I know a lot of my clients will come back and tell me that, no, my family has this habit, so I have this habit. That means they always accept it and they hold it. So when you do that, that means you want to stay within that pattern, and it's going to be even more difficult for you to step out of it. I'm asking you to just loosen yourself as if you're going to do an exercise. What you do, you loosen up your body, your nerve, your cells, everything, so that now you can step out, you can start running towards where you want to get, wherever you're running, whichever path you're taking. Just exactly like that. Loosen up yourself, allow the flow. Things might not be the same as how it used to be. Accept and acknowledge the changes without retaliating. All right, don't retaliate. Just allow the flow. Sometimes it'll be a little bit difficult, but if you allow the flow and you accept it, you can see the doors are slowly opening, and it's easier for you to step into that space, into that path. Yeah. Now, this geometry is, as I said, is very powerful, and it's not something that you can reach out in a way that it's not like a process or whatever it is. It's already here. It's already here. So it's ready for you to access to the information. So it's such a powerful geometry that I'm learning right now. That means the energy has shifted to a very, very different level, and we have to be part of it. We have to enjoy it, and we have to accept it. Yes. So when we are going through such a process, I know there's a bit of shaking happens in everything. It shakes up everything around us. Yes, it does. And we have already done that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. And it's still a little bit, turbulence are still there, because when new things come in, it has to take its space, and it has to take over its spot, right? It's just like placing a new furniture inside your house. You need to have it go into a right spot. Until then, it's, taking it and carrying it inside. It's going to be a weight, and then, making sure decluttering the whole place so that you can place it in the right spot is going to be there. It's exactly the same. Yeah. Anything that's new that's coming in, it's new for us, but they have been existence. They are the existence for millions and millions of years, in light years. Yeah. So when they come in, and they are now coming in as a savior, as a process for humans to expand the horizon, right? So they're coming in here, and they are now within us. This beautiful energy is now within us. So while they are here, there's a lot of decluttering is definitely going to happen in Earth level, because Earth is already vibrating in a very high frequency. It wants to get there. So whether humans wants to catch up with it or stay behind is going to be their choice. It's going to be their choice. How would I say it's their choice? I know you're going to ask me that question somehow. It's going to be in a way that, okay, that you have to get from this path to the next path, from here to there, right? The path is over there. And yet when you're doing it, there's a lot of disturbance and a lot of processes happening. And then you made a choice of not saying, and you made a choice by saying, I'm just going to stay here. It's very much of a discomfort. I don't know what is on the other side. I'm not going to take the risk of going there. So when you kind of, this is where I say, if you retaliate, you're going to stay in this one space. And when you're holding this space that tight and you're going to hold that, what happens? First is your physical body of consciousness get interrupted, because it's being pulled by energy towards that side. And because you're not going through the process, and you are kind of not allowing it, not even allowing the flow. I'm not asking you to jump, but you're completely shutting that door. It has to show you by a response of physical level or mental level. If physically you're so fit, mentally you're very strong, you're not going through a depression and all that, then you think that you're in a fantastic space, fabulous. But if you're affected physically, some sort of conditioning suddenly hicks up, you're having a mental stress or some sort of depression or panic attack or anxiety coming into your flow, that means they're asking you to make the shift. That means something within your consciousness is talking to you, asking you to make the shift. All right. So these are the things that we have to be very clear when we are understanding about where we are, where we are heading. All right. So if you're stressed, if you're very stressed about everything, go for a run, go for a swim, do something that's really active. These are part of the process. This is part of the progress as well. Don't shut yourself and stay in a box and say that I'm only going to come out when everything is okay. It's not going to be okay. Until you step out, then it's going to be okay. Because you are part of the collective consciousness. You are part of the process together with everyone.
So, I mean, in general, would you say like the magnetic shift? In other words, we're not so physical. It's not such a gravitational like presence. We're not, and we're coming into a new way of looking at things. So I'm kind of asking the same question, but in other words, can we imagine where we're going, or are we just being sort of, carried? I mean, we don't really, do we know where it's going, or is it on such a high level that it's just like we just have to let go and just and ride with the waves?
It's sorry, when you're talking, I'm already kind of observing your geometry, Guru. So when you ask me that question, it's like you're already in the process. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, right? You are fantastic. You are voicing out. You're talking about things. You're bringing information to the audience. What is needed? It doesn't have to be the same topic. You're bringing in even about quantum tools. You're also bringing in about information from external space. You're bringing in speakers to come and talk about different things. So you can see you are already in the flow. So you've kind of opened up. You kind of turned on the whole process. So when you allow that process, everything is coming towards you. Just like our conversation yesterday, just happened. All right, I have to talk about the new geometry that's in space in Earth. So there I am here talking to you. So you are kind of already opened up the process. You're not thinking too much. You're saying I'm allowing the process, but your intention is very clear. You want to bring in the information that is required for your audience. Is that right? You are not going to stop certain things because it doesn't suit you or doesn't fit you. You don't do that. Every information is important. You want to bring it to your audience, whether it matters to you or is it relevant to you, it doesn't matter. You think that it might be relevant to somebody else. So you want to do the right thing by your audience. Isn't that right? Yeah. So where's your intention standing here? Your intention is very clear. You want to bring the right topic, right subject for your audience, so it will benefit them. Yeah. So you becoming a conduit in this space, making sure the right balance, the right experience is coming to your audience through this. All right. So you're playing a big role, and you're playing an important role, and because of your clear intention here. Right. So you are in the flow of your intention. So it's happening. At the same time, I'm also seeing another bracket, another space of you is also opening, because you have an intention for that as well, because you still have your personal life, and you are opening yourself into that space as well. You're making things that everything is in the process. So there is a balance in everything. You're finding a balance in life. Yeah. So that's an example of yourself. But if I would say just a random example, like a musician who's not a musician yet, but the minute they think they're a musician, they are a musician, because nobody is going to randomly say that I'm a musician if they don't have a love for music. Yeah. If they don't have a love for rhythm, if they don't have a love for playing any of those instruments. So the minute they think of that, in their heart expands when they listen to music and they say that I can play this, and they're listening to themselves or they're playing the music, they're already a musician. So now they just have to allow the process that they are in the greater spirit, the greater source of energy. This beautiful energetic geometry that's in the presence is now going to bring them into the process to make that possible. That means they are a musician within themselves. Now they want to expand for the whole world to notice it, or for them to get the attention that they are a musician. So they have to allow the process. So when they allow that, that's a clear intention. The process will happen. But if they doubt even for a second that it's not for me, I can only do this, but I'm a homebound person, and this is how I can play music, I cannot get out there. That means their intentions again is very clear that they can only do it from this end. They're not going to go any further than that because they are making this intention. So observe your thoughts, observe your intention. Don't humble yourself by bringing yourself and forcing yourself down, right? You can be anyone you want to be. You can be the service to humanity. All right. So with the new vibration, the new geometry that is in, a lot of people are going to be pulled to help each other. And that's how it's going to be. Everybody is going to understand the abilities about them. All right. So that's the reason it's getting even more excited about my workshop that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks, because it's about them. And everybody thought that, you know, I have to learn something. I need to have a piece of paper to have a certificate to say, this is who I am. If I don't have that, then I'm not qualified for it. So that is kind of dispersing now. It's no longer the same. You have certain abilities, you have certain caliber within you, you have a lot of things that you think that, you know, you might not know that you have. But the minute you step into the space and you start giving it to others, that's when you will understand who you really are. All right. So humanity is going through a very much of a service space now, that everybody's now going to cross each other by helping each other. It's a very beautiful space. I mean, for me, it's beautiful. I'm so excited about where this earth is going. I'm not interested about whatever that's happening. Let the shuffle happen. Always have to happen. Just like when you're shifting a home, all this decluttering has to happen. You got to throw away things. Certain things have to drop. Certain things have to fall. You know, so let it be. But move towards that, you know, into that space. Because as far as I can see the geometry hologram in individuals, I'm seeing even beautiful things, even people who, you know, kind of, they felt like there is only specific things they can do. Now they're going to be pulled even further. And I'm working with individuals in that way as well right now, where they thought this is sufficient. They are coming back to me. I need to have another few more sessions because I feel like there's something else that's opened up about me, you know, and I can see that. I said I'm very excited and very happy when somebody comes and tell me that, because most of the time my sessions it has been about telling them who they really are and what they are able to do because of what I can see in the hologram of their geometry. What is their capacity? But now individuals are coming back telling me that this is who they are, and I'm excited to work with them. Yeah. So even your level, your work is even going to be in a higher vibration, Guru. Is going to be even exciting. How things are going to shift within your audience and how they are now going to be, you know, in communication with you in everything. So we are kind of looking into a very exciting time, and I want everybody to be very mindful of that and be very happy with the flow, whatever that's happening around them.
So a lot of people. I'll just ask you one more question. I don't want to take all your time, but I do want to encourage everyone to come to Nirmala's workshop. I'm going to post a link down below, and also if you want to have an individual counseling session with Nirmala, she's available. I have her posted in the show more with all the other things. I just wanted to I mean, I think I got a clear view from what you said, but I know a lot of my audience is very concerned with what's going on in the world, and I think you covered it, but I just want to emphasize this, that we don't need to focus on these events. Like you said, moving into a new house, these things will take care of themselves, and we should just focus, keep moving forward, and just stay focused on our intention. Is that, would you say that's a kind of a way to encapsulate what you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm exactly telling. At the same time, I know some individuals, some beings have their own emotions trapped within it, because when a fear steps in, they don't know how to loosen it out, but they go into more fear of it. So the more thoughts they have, when something has not even happened, they're already concluding this is how it's going to happen. And you know what? It will happen because you are putting your energy and intentions into it, right? So if you move back and then you look at the situation, just like when you open, you know, and if something happens right in front of your house, like, you know, a child falling down or whatever, you're going to run. You're going to make sure you lift the child. You're going to save, or you're going to help the child from falling. But if it is happening in somewhere else where you can't even, you don't even exist, or you don't even know such a situation is happening on the other side, you know, I would say don't use too much of your emotions into it. If you feel like you are troubled, you feel like you are being disturbed, or you're feeling panic, and you hear something about from somewhere, first of all, I try not to have that kind of notice all the time. I try not to come into those kind of information. I try to stop such information coming to me. For me, if I have to help, it has to happen right in front of me. I'm right there, I can help. If not, if I can't help, I don't want to hear about it, right? If by some choice or some process or chances that this information comes to me, all I do is always sit down. I assemble myself with that divine geometry that's existing in there, and I'll send the light into that space, completely in competence, understanding that I have completed that space for them. That means I've sent light, whatever that's meant to happen. I'll try to put it into complete light with love, that the pain to be relieved right now at this very moment. And I'll send that light, and then I'll completely close that door so that it doesn't impact me anymore. Because from here, what I can do, I've already done. Yeah. But there are some individuals who go around looking for news, because they want to know what is on the other side. You'll never know. The people who are doing it, they don't know themselves what is happening. So why are you searching? Most of the time, I beg people not to go and search for information that's not going to be any relevance to you. Yeah. So if something has to happen, it's going to happen. At that point of time, until the problem comes and knock at your door, you will never know the problem is for you. When it knocks at your door, you attend to it. And you know what? You'll be able to actually you'll be able to overcome that problem. Because the problem is at your door. But when it's not at your door, don't go and look for it. Don't search for it. Yeah, because you are making yourself weaker, and then you're going into this fear mode. Fear mode is the main thing that kind of bring us away from a lot of our energy space, because it just takes us over completely. It's just like, imagine you can put a white light all around you and protect yourself. Fear is exactly the same. It just kind of bounce back and just over, it's kind of it's like a bubble gum. The fear is completely going to bubble you up from every aspect of your life. Your physical body will be affected, your mental body will be affected, your vital body will be affected, and your spiritual body will be affected. So why even give them a chance to do that to you? Yeah. So the best thing is, something within you is resonating in a beautiful, beautiful space at this moment. Go into that space and just hold that space. Ignore everything else. People who just comes in and put so much of pressure in you, or all these things, just remove them. Stay in the silence. See what you go or what you see within yourself. Then you'll be able to give them the right response. I don't even pay attention to people when they are screaming or yelling, because I just shut the door and let them scream, let them yell, because they're out of my life after that. It's like, it's just easy. Just shut the door. They'll be yapping, they'll be yelling. Yes, they'll be doing everything. We also have families who are like that. I understand. But the thing is, just allow them to do what they need to do without you being in their space. Always hold your space very strongly. Yeah. And the minute you shut the door, they are never appearing in your life, because your intentions are clear. So the energy field comes around you is very clear. And then the spiritual energy around that becomes even clearer. So it only attracts the right energy to come to you, what you really want to see, hear, or touch.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that pretty much captures it. So we're coming into an exciting time. Nothing can stop this. And we just have to, I think we just enjoy the process. Yeah.
Yes. Just enjoy the process, because that divine space that I'm seeing in vibration with Earth is amazing. And it's, yeah, we have never been in that, maybe in ancient times our ancestors would have been, but we as humans at this time, whoever's alive in Earth has never been into this vibration ever. And we are kind of existing in that vibration now. And this geometry is very unique. I'm learning about it, and I'm slowly bringing individuals into it as well. So, it's a lot of learning. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fantastic for all of us. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Namrala. And I'll post all the links below, and hopefully we'll have the good fortune to get to speak to you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Guru. Thank you very much for bringing me.
Thanks, Namrala. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.